Alright, Schlockmeister fans, oh my. It's a George Takei movie that's not Star Trek related. It's called Teenage Divorce. Let's check it out.
And then it spread to the rest of the world. New ways of life.
California,
together,
1966.
Getting it on, doing your own thing, and letting it all hang out. If it looks good, wear it. If it tastes good, try it. If it feels good, do it. Then do it again.
He was very young.
There's Sulu.
Things his father expected of him.
He plays Ken.
He marrying the proper girl.
He's getting divorced from his
Then
wife.
his wife grew up and grew apart.
Mixed. Marty in the front, Silent Majority in the middle, and Don Don in the rear.
Teacher, can I ask a question?
May I ask a question?
What kind of wife are you?
What was it you wanted, young man?
I wanted a wife who was more than a bedmate, who'd show a little interest in something besides my cock.
And sit.
This is Josie and her man. She's getting a divorce too.
They're at it again, huh?
Turns me on.
You know, you're sick.
Sick. Because I like
Sick.
to fuck.
Oh, I asked you never to use that word.
No other word really tells you what they're doing.
Well, maybe we can get some sleep now, huh?
You were 60 years old, I can understand.
You not only strike out in bed, you strike out in everything. You're a strikeout, period. Damn right, I won't.
Gives a damn about a loser.
Me, I give a damn!
Take the goddamn stick.
I need some time for serious thinking. Unlock the door and open my mind. Don't want to think of nothing special. Just want to relax and leave my troubles behind. I'm closing my eyes.
So Josie and Ken team up with their friend Leonard, who is also getting divorced.
All in the same boat.
They've now got themselves a threesome,
Ken had a little
filled with wine and
inheritance.
popcorn.
Leonard had another month before his unemployment checks ran out, and I was still being carried by my station wagon.
And they go biking.
Let the music play a little longer. Just let the music play a little longer. I want.
Before long, Josie and Leonard seem to hit it off with each other. While they fool around in bed, Ken is a little jealous because he likes Josie too.
And that's why I'm split. I like Josie too.
I didn't know that.
So when a whole arrangement turns sour on a guy, it's time for him to move on.
They attend a funky party where an orgy is going to occur that night.
You know, Ken, you look utterly adorable in that samurai suit.
That's Bartholomew. He's very gay.
He looked positively dowdy.
This is the hungover aftermath of that aforementioned orgy. I couldn't show you the actual orgy scenes, but there were some. Bartholomew again.
And a la Bartholomew.
Ken decided to stay.
It's incredible how one person can be so talented.
You're just jealous because you're so incredibly one-dimensional.
You mean I'm not bisexual?
Well, that's one area,
Oh,
yeah.
boys, behave yourself.
Leonard needs money, so he decides to become a drug dealer.
Well, I sure hope the rest of the stuff is as good.
Like I said, you know, I'll wipe anyone's ass who shits around with me.
You know I can see doing this for a lifetime. 1 or 2 gigs a year, and you're off to Europe.
Ken finds out that his soon-to-be ex-wife is pregnant with his baby.
Well, mine's not the kind of excitement you'd associate with champagne, lobster, and lots of laughs.
Is anything wrong?
Only that I'm 3.5 months pregnant. Yes. But I'm giving it up for adoption.
Ken wants to get back together with her then.
Why don't we keep it? We can raise it together. Can't you be my old lady?
One of Leonard's drug deals. But then the cops show up.
Ever been arrested before? Why don't you give me the lecture on my constitutional rights?
Ed, check the rest of the house. Friend here has something we found very interesting.
You mean the shaving kit?
Ken's gonna take the fall.
It's mine.
He's lying, but they're all gonna get arrested.
Confirmations. A rites of passage sort of thing.
Very convincing.
Well, isn't that the way you look at it? Like hippie brownie points? You're pretty groovy if you've got long hair and smoked grass. Once you've been busted, you've reached the pinnacle of success.
Why did you do it?
Because I knew it'd be your second bust for dealing.
Bail us out? Nobody knew we were here.
They got released.
No bail, no charges. We just got the report back from the lab. We're out a couple of big dealers, and you're out a couple of nice ones.
I don't understand.
That shaving kit was full of baking soda and powdered sugar.
Their landlord kicks him out, though.
Don't you get fresh with me, you smart Alex. What about that dirty marijuana plant you gave me?
And some drug guy holds him up.
We were busted!
And they took the stash, huh?
It was fake.
Bullshit! Now, I've heard that line before.
When Leonard comes back, a scuffle ensues. Eventually, they were able to subdue their attacker. Strange scene, Leonard couldn't get it up in bed, so he and Josie decided to go wake up Ken and sing and drink.
Sir.
You two are attracted to one another, aren't you?
What's she babbling about, Ken?
That's why you can't get it up for me anymore, isn't it? You'd like to switch partners. Well, hell, when people live in this...
The gang splits up. Leonard's on his way to Mexico.
We've got the bluest skies. Nobody pushes. And a man's free to think.
Muchacho, you are a dreamer.
Sugar.
She sells her car for $150.
I don't believe in hitting students over the head. Give them a helping hand. That's my motto. 150, not another cent.
You're all heart. It's a deal.
Partners,
And that's our
just
film.
the numbers on their back. The way to break the cycle is not to change lovers, but to change yourself. That's what I was about to do. I'd grown up. I went out looking for new ways of life and love, and just like in that corny expression, I found myself.
All right. Let's talk about this movie called Teenage Divorcee. Now, on the box here, in the beginning, I said divorce because it says Teenage Divorce on there, but it's actually Teenage Divorcee. This movie was originally called JOSIE'S Castle. It was written by a woman named, well, shit, I forget her name, but she wrote this movie, starred in it, and she only acted in one other thing along the way as well. Anyway, what we have here is we have three people, 2 men and a woman who are married. They all get divorced around the same time, and then they hook up with each other. They decide they're going to go live together. They're They're like hippies, is what this is. It came out in 1971, but I think it was filmed a few years earlier. I'm not sure. George Takei plays Ken Tanaka. He's one of the three guys. And then the woman, I think her name was Margot in real life. I can't remember for sure. And we have Leonard, the other guy. So Leonard and this woman, they ended up hooking up together. And Ken is a little jealous because he kind of liked her too. But it is what it is, right? So the beginning part of this film, we just see various collages. There's like these scenes with them biking on this bicycle for three and just having a good time, just weird music playing. But eventually, like I said, those two hook up with each other. The one guy, Leonard, decides at one point that they're all living together in this apartment, and he decides they need some money, so he decides he's going to become a drug dealer, but that doesn't work out. The cops show up, and Ken actually takes the fall for him. He says, yeah, it was mine, because he says if you would have gone down for drugs a second time, you'd have been really gone away to prison for a long time. So he decides to take the rap from all three of them, get arrested, and then they get out. And the movie ends with them kind of going their separate ways. There's some hints of homosexuality with Ken, which is kind of ironic since George Takei is now out as a homosexual. Leonard and the woman, they decide they're not going to hook up with each other anymore. They break up, and I think he was hitching a ride at the end of the movie, going somewhere else. And Ken is gone, and then the woman sells her car to this used car dealer, and she leaves, and that's it. I don't know. Not much happened in this film. Again, it was called Josie's Castle. It wasn't very memorable. It just wasn't that great, if you ask me. There was some various nude scenes in here. There was an orgy going on. Apparently, there's a version of this which is slightly longer, a better print. The VHS copy was than this one here, but whatever. George Takei was on Howard Stern back several years ago, and he said that he had used a body double for these scenes. However, there was no scenes that I saw that he required a body double. His wife in the movie that he was getting divorced from, she had a completely nude scene. There wasn't other nude scenes, like I said. There was an orgy sequence. There was some nude scenes there. Our main character, she gets nude. There's actually a penis too by the other guy, Leonard. We don't see anything from George Takei though. He stays fully clothed the full time. He's ripped too. He's got big arms on him. But if you remember that episode where Sulu was with that sword and jumping around, you can see he was built. So anyway, that's the movie, Teenage Divorcee, otherwise known as Josie's Castle. Strange film. By the way, the soundtrack is available out there. Apparently it's pretty rare. I don't know why anybody would want it, but it's a rare piece. The music wasn't that bad by any means. It's just weird that a movie like this would have a soundtrack, but it does. So anyway, you can get this from the Skin in the 70s DVD compilation. I'll leave a link down below if you're looking for it. I've now watched 3 of the 4 on here. Summer School Teachers will be coming soon. So check it out. It's called Teenage Divorcee. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. Watch it. Bye. By the way, all these people were supposed to be teenagers getting divorced. First of all, how many teenagers are married to begin with? Secondly, George Takei was like almost 40 when he made this, or in his late 30s, and they were all looked like in their 30s. I don't know. But anyway, check it out. Watch it. Bye.